No person honored for what he received. Honor has been the reward for what he gave. I supplicate Dr. D. Arulpun Daniel to enrich us with his knowledge on the digital currency.
A pleasant morning to one and all. Sudarshan, I am an audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
brother, audible, audible. Carry on.
Thank you very much. So, uh, we can make use of 1 hour for resourceful way in which how we are going to learn about the market and how it was revolved around the decades and around the years of millenniums and how it should be. We can going to forecast in which way it has to be uh, gives more meaningful to the commerce are the people who are living in this digital era. So this is what the entire session has to be taken for discussion and also having the resources. So I don't want to waste much time on it. So because it is a big ocean, cryptocurrencies will be the ocean. Learn within an hour for an entire thing. I just glimpses whatever I know and I observe from experienced hand, and I got exposure from various articles that I come across nowadays. So this is what the pipeline of today's session. First, we must know what is or what are the way the money was transformed from the scratch to till date, how it was transformed, uh, um, exchange will be taken with the money, and who authorized and when it was authorized and how it was authorized and in which way it will be utilized, and so much things will be deal in taxonomy of money. Then why these kind of transformations is taken up with the currencies that what we have it in a real time, and based on the industrial revolution, so how the transformations will be changed the liability of a money. So oftenly the cash or money will be considered as an asset, but here the liability in the sense that how it was monetized in this real world, in that I was took the various transformation of the money and also the revolutions of the industry taken up in today's scenario. And finally, we must know the basic concept that how it was accessed and in which way the cryptocurrency will be taken up, that will be dealt in blockchain technology. That was the main core objective of knowing the cryptocurrencies standards. Then what are the types of currencies and what are the characteristics of currencies is very important, that how different nations have their own economy basis based on the characteristics. Introduction about the cryptocurrencies, what it is and how it was used and where we have placed that in real time. Then what are the advantages and disadvantages of cryptocurrencies? Maybe many of them speaking about the advantages, and also they are thinking or they are focused on lift of cryptocurrencies and everything. But somehow we have to know what are the demerits too. Then only we can handle properly the currencies will be make use of an asset of us. Okay, then what are the top cryptocurrencies available in the market? Then how the global market take place in cryptocurrency? So what we have it to keep our cryptocurrencies as an asset? Then whether is it safe for us and in which way we can safeguard that? So whatever the hijackings will be taken up in the previous years, maybe the history tells a lot of things about how we are in the world whether we are safe or unsafe, or whether we need to have any privacy sections and everything. So that will be taken up there. Your crypto market. So nowadays, you people are going to be create your own world on marketing. Not only marketing, and also you are going to be create a market on as an entrepreneur to this world. I always mention that to the world, not for the sake of family, or not sake of society, not sake of people who are okay. So nowadays, the global era comes under the cryptocurrencies market. So that's why I come up with this idea. Then what stand that our Indian exchange have, and what will be the latest news about the cryptocurrencies, whether it is possible or whether it is safe for us in India. So how the policies make to have an asset on cryptocurrencies. So this is the pipeline of these sessions. So we enter into the first session, that the taxonomy of the money. So I was planned with a Venn diagram. It was adapted from uh, one of the statistical banking available in online. So in 2017 itself, it was designed with the help of the Venn diagrams. So it was majorly, it was classified in terms of four different way. One is peer to peer, that will be considered as a people, one people to another people, and another one is the centralized banking issues, the central bank issue. So the authorized person who is giving a note, giving an order to the society, and somewhat electronically it was changed. It evolved as an electronic way, like your mobile banking or your online banking, or any sort of things that what we have did so far. It should be accessible on universal, whether it is our currencies might come up with a universal agreement or universally authorization, or it might be a local or minimum localization of our usage. So often each and every country have their own currency format or currency standard, and also their values. Also all sort of markets that we have seen today, fluctuations done on the value of that your money. Maybe your 100 rupees is not is very penny to the US government or UAE. Might be thousands of value that we have it in India. So depends upon the growth, and depends upon the social economic factors that deals the value of the money or the value of the paper that authorized by the government. Okay, so these are the four sessions that we might be keep in mind, that how the money was transferred from the people to people and authorized by the central government, and it will be transformed in the term of electronically. Then afterwards come to the universal access. So first thing is peer to peer. You might be come across the exchange of goods from people to people. In ancient days, they uh, give and take policies will be taken part. Goods, maybe one people have one format or any kind of good that will be exchanged for another goods, and with the equivalency of like kgs or liters, or in terms of weights, and in terms of quality of that has to be changed with the equivalency of currencies. That was an initial thing, that the money take role, take part in terms of gold, silver, or minerals, or any resources that we have as a exchange values. So later it will be authorized by the governments. So they authorize that a, a piece of paper has to be grant of a bond, that the value that given for a particular paper. Then it will be converted into a digital environment, that will be electronic way. So we have a virtually, we have a bank, virtually we have store our deposit our money, and take back the monies with online purchasing, online all sort of online process that we met with electronic gadgets like your mobile, your laptops, your desktops, and everything. And nowadays it will be little bit revolved, and it will be used not only the virtual platform like banking. We have come across the virtual currencies now. So we may not see, I feel, the currency what you holds as a value that in your account. So that is what the universally accessible, but some limitations is there. So not all the governments, all the nations will not agree with that policy, that how the virtual currencies has to be taken place or take rule on exchanging or the values that they have. So with this, a kind introduction that how the money transforms in terms of goods, then it will be equivalent value of minerals, resources. Then it transforms in terms of papers and coins. Then it transfers in the form of digital form, like our visual banking systems, what we have today. And it extends towards the virtual currencies too. So the currency also differently holds the values, like how the Bitcoin, a lot of coins is available today in cryptocurrencies, though that might be a unique one, but they have a sort of values that based on the demand that rise on the currency. Okay. Okay, so this is the base that how the money was transformed in one way to another way, how we are using today. So now we might know that what should be the way, what the real factor that gives this transformation to the money. So obviously you might know that how it was transformed. So you know that how it was transformed. So why it was transformed? What is the reason behind that money transformation in this world? So the first thing is the industrial revolution take place. So it was very technically it was shown here. So for the past 18 years, 80 years. So what happens in the revolution of the industry, from first revolutions to the fifth revolution, what today we have. In first revolution, the machinery and steam power, like everything was introduced, and we changed the resources in terms of different energies. So this is what the first revolution that industry take place. Later it will be goes for the second revolution in 1880s with the great mass production on products and goods towards with assembly line, and some electrical energy will be help out to do all sort of needs in the industrial revolution. The third one, it was computerized. Everything is automated. Everything will be done through with the help of computers, with the help of machines. We need not bother about the human resources that is required for doing a particular job, when everything will be computerized and automated with the help of electronics, with the help of gadgets, everything in 1980s itself. So it was fall, and it was again we have some establishment on computer. Some of the common and remote accessing methods will be introduced in the fourth generation. So in India, we are lies on fourth generation phase of industrial revolution. So whatever we are doing, so maybe this pandemic days which reveals that in information technology might come across the situation that they work at home, and they do all sort of jobs from their home itself, from their room itself, not in a home, in the room itself, within a between four walls. They can do everything. So whatever they did at the work spot, play in the home itself. Excuse me. Then the fifth revolution might be very faster than these days. After millennium, after 2010, we have come across this fifth generation. Here, the humanless technology was introduced like cognitive way. So, excuse me. Sorry, I was a little bit suffer with cold. That's why I couldn't able to continue uh, continuously. Okay, so the fifth revolution, maybe humanless technology. Obviously, most of the automobile sessions and electrical sessions might come across these kind of humanless technology, but so far so good. It will not to overrule the human being from their revolutions throughout the, but it minimized the human resources that really required for doing the particular job. So this is what the industrial revolution from the 1780s to still now in fifth generation. So this fifth revolution or fifth industrial revolution take part the cryptocurrencies into the platform. So again, we need to indeed to know how it was revolved. So I would like to brief that how the internet will be taken up. So in 1970s, the internet was introduced and it was made to the public for doing all sort of things in 1980s. Then after 30 years, the new invention like online entries, online forums, online ledgers, online, everything comes to online. We can make use of remotely. We can do all sort of jobs with the help of interlocking systems like network that we have in a visually and also in manual. So later it was in 2008 the blockchain was introduced. So all sort of information, whatever we are stored as a books in a real world scenario or in a tally, that has to be stored in a serve. So anyone can make use of that particular ledger and they can review and they can go with any prediction values and everything that can be done with the help of our server and system. So in that situation, we come up with a blockchain technology. So here in after 2008, maybe 2010 or 15, we come up with a lot of new initiatives that taken up in the blockchain methods, not only in doing lectures. So online trading, online systems, whatever the online systems we have, reservations or or anything, we can go with like so our digital authorization, our what we say, voting system, healthcare, and law and enforcement of different discipline, and also moreover our banking systems and real estate systems. So how the Google Map was you make use of everyone's life in terms of finding them, finding their missed objects and everything. And social media has also took place in this scenario, and some digital ideas like Aadhaar and all also comes this in terms of different foundations in technologies. So we took all of these and we place a big and in terms of different walls and different phases of doing blockchains nowadays. But we are in 21st we are in 2021, but it is also still myth of everyone, because we haven't aware of that how the blockchain was developed and how it was done. So obviously the virtual reality comes in terms of augmented reality. Now the augmented reality is completely changed over into the virtual augmented reality. So whatever we are seeing today is a true, or it is a actual thing. What we are seeing is into our observation. So this is what the introduction that or the definition is given in a frequent manner for the blockchain. It is a public digital ledger for transaction that records information in the way that makes it difficult to hack or alter. So this is one of the advantage too for the blockchain method. Not only it like a ledger might be a log. We can simply in computer science we might say that the log that have it in your system. It will be incorporated and it will be globalized and it will be placed at single server that will be considered as a blockchain. So based on region, based on society, or based on geographical areas, or based on the business, or based on that, the blockchain will be interlocked and it will be kept separately for having the ledgers. Maybe it can also deal with an individuals and also by the governments, by the third party peoples, or anyone can do that, can access that log or access that ledger through with the help of the authorization that need to get from a particular system. It is also a system. It is not an authorized body or a society to give our authorization to the others. It is also a system, like how our Gmail system works, our Facebook system works, our WhatsApp system works, our Telegram system works. So we can say a lot of things like how the systems will be worked on the blockchain technology. So here the block will be called like whatever the list of records that are growing to stored in a cryptography, or in terms of encrypted method, or in terms of decrypted methods. So whatever it might be. So that's why we are spelled out in a cryptography method. So it might be encrypted or decrypted. So it will not be have the record as such what we see literally what we are doing in our real world. So it will be encrypted and it will be stored. And another thing, it is a peer-to-peer computer network. So we need not to know about who will be the intermediate, who will be the brokerage between the person to person. So how the email was sent through one people to another people. Likewise, everything, whatever the transaction might be, if you want to purchase any egg or any grocery items to our home, we can directly contact the seller and we can get their product through online purchase order and everything. It will be delivered at your doorstep itself. So whatever the thing, your food or your clothes or your needs or whatever the thing you are getting through the online to your doorstep will be considered here as a blockchain technology. So with this, we can go a little bit higher than that, how the blockchain have been used or what are the applications that we have. So it will be majorly classified into four terms. One is digital currency, one is record keeping, one is securities, one is smart contracts. Maybe you might be come across the intellectual property act, the copyright or trademarks, or whatever you are going to register your companies or firm or your individual shops, or everything will be digitalized nowadays. Why can't we say that your ration card itself will be the smart contract between your government and individual, and your Aadhaar card, your PAN card, so your voter ID. So everything is comes under the smart contracts, so that have their own credibility to make use of in your work. And another scenario, record keeping, like your voting, your intellectual property rights, your ownership, your title records. So nowadays, you get a license with a simple chip like your ATM card. Like card have all sort of information like your insurance, when it will be ended, and what are the privileges you have to drive in the city, and your RC book also in comes as a card type. A visiting card size will be determines all sort of information. So how many owners might be for your vehicle, or how many persons tried, everything will be enrolled and it will be stored in a single chip itself. So it is also keeping in that. And also for your healthcare card also. So if you have got your health insurance from any banking centers, they provide a single ATM card. You can make use of anywhere, the hospitals or in your pharmacies. You can get clearance with that all sort of information, whether you are anemic to that, whether you are support to the particular medicine, every detail. Your entire history will be stored in a single chip, and it will be provided as a health card for taking a health insurance and everything. So likewise, everything is available in today's scenario. So we are knowingly or unknowingly we are using it in today's world. So these are the common, you might come across these applications like Bitcoin, Spotify. Spotify will be used for listening music and a lot of movies and everything. and MediLedger will be used for medicines, and AA insurance will be used for having your general insurance, and AWS is used for social media systems, and that will be used for your digital authorization of like your biometric informations and etc. So we may come across a lot of things in today's reality, today's scenario. We have a lot of applications, so we are using day-to-day activities itself. So we have it as an application in your mobile phones or in your browser itself. These are the major four types of blockchain technologies. One is hybrid, another one is private, another one is public, and another one is federated blockchain. So the four types have different policies and different way of presentations. So in which one of the point will be taken for cryptocurrencies. One is public blockchain. So how the public blockchains will be used. So far so good. We never went on with any private or hybrid of federation types. Blockchain types will be used in cryptocurrencies, because the only thing, most of the nations may not agree that the cryptocurrencies will be the economic factor of their own country. So all the black money or all the uncontrollable or unauthorized way of earning or asset will be stored in a public blockchain ledgers. So they can they can buy, or they can sell, or they can lend, or they can got whatever the procedures that we have it in a real banking systems. So that is also applicable in a public blockchain also. It will be open. So who will be the buyer? The buyer knows the seller. The seller might know the buyer. So in without any brokerage, without any agencies, without any intermediates, they can directly buy and sell their values in terms of goods, or in terms of values, or in terms of money, or whatever it might be. So that will be considered as a public blockchain. So I was go through that size, because I don't want to explain all the four blockchain technology, because the only one thing we need to know for the today's context, that will be public blockchain. So how the blockchain technology works. So this is the steps that involved in the blockchain technology. First, you are going to transact a request, and it will be goes to the peer-to-peer. How the billing systems will be taken up. So if you want to select a product from the Amazon Prime, or in a Flipkart app, or in any sort of Snapdeals or anything, so you first choose your obliged product, then you make that transaction request. So then the bill was generated, the receipt was generated by that system, generates the receipt that it includes the tax, it excludes the tax, or any transportation expenses, and everything will be included, and some exclusions, discounts, and everything will be given by through the system itself. Go with any personal or human intervention on that receipt generations. After receipt was generated, once you got clarity on that what you are going to pay, then you go with your payment, isn't it? Maybe through your banking, or through your credential account, whatever it might be, you are going with the transaction. You settle that the receipt amount, what would be might be, and you are settled, and it will be finalized and authorized that the transaction was completed. Once it was completed, it sent all the information, the required information, to dispatch your product towards your doorstep. Maybe once it was done, you get an acknowledgement through that system. The acknowledgement is received as an SMS or mailing, or any sort of smart messages towards your smartphone itself, or your device, your gadget, which was used to. Okay, so this is what the step that involves in a blockchain technology. Especially, you might be keenly watch on the verification of the transaction through a currency or the cryptocurrency. So the cryptocurrency is not exclusive currency that what the today's world have, but also it have the inclusive of all sort of currencies like INR or dollar or ringgits or whatever it might be. It will be having incorporation of all different types of currencies, and in terms of a common way, a common gateway that it required as a cryptocurrency. Okay, so basically we have two different types of currencies. One was fiat and another was cryptocurrency. So here the fiat currencies will be issued by the government and also it is centralizedly monitored by the government. What would be the today's value of the particular rupee or particular dollar or particular ringgit or particular euros and everything, and also it holds the physical medium of exchange. So you need to pay the rupee or a coin or a note to the equivalency of the product, and it will be the unlimited supply with the help of government. So it's a fate, it's a basic and authorized currency we circulate among ourselves in loop and corner of the society. But whereas in a cryptocurrency, so it was generated by the computers, we don't have any limitation on it, we don't have any monitor on it, we don't have any authorization on it. It just generated based on the demand that raised by the people who are entering to the market and they are going for a purchase and raise the demands. Then it was very decentralized. We cannot able to say that how much value it takes based on demand. It will be raised. If don't have the demand, it automatically drops the value of the particular currency and it will be dropped out. And no one can control it. So unless until the programmer of the particular system, maybe here the system might consider as a program that whatever stored in a particular system. Okay, so here the programmer can able to change without any prior knowledge or prior intimation to the client. They can able to change, they can control, but still there will be a cyber policies that once the program was deployed, you may not to change on it. So that's why they cannot able to go for any control on the particular program execution. Maybe it execute one time or execute thrice or million times a day or an hour or a minute. Okay, so it's a kind of digital medium exchange and it has a limited supply, that how it was created, like your Bitcoin, Ethereum and Litecoins, etc. Okay, so what are the characteristics of coins or currencies? Sorry, excuse me. So what are the characteristics? The first one is whether it is a changeable. Whereas your resources like gold or silver, you can also change or exchange the values, or we can everything can done with the help of all these three different currencies like gold, fiat and crypto. So consumable, whether it is a non-consumable, also it will be very common to all. But whereas the portability of the fake cryptocurrency is high than what the resources like gold or silver or any resources or assets like. Then the durability is very high in gold and crypto, whereas in fake currencies, if it is teared or if it is damaged with any external factors, obviously it will be very moderate. The value of the particular note or coin will be zero. So the divisible, it's oftenly moderate on gold and fiat, but whereas the cryptocurrency it is very high. We can make use of milli point or like 0.00001, like how many zeros we can add, we can do it in your cryptocurrencies. And whether it is secure, obviously you may not able to hold tight on your resources and fake currencies in a box or in a containers like that. It obviously we have a threats on theft on everything. So it was a moderate way of security, whereas in cryptocurrency it is highly secured because no one can get into that account and they can revert or paid or transfer your money values towards. Is very secure. The transactionable of the easyable manner in gold is very low, so we cannot able to exchange as such how we have. But whereas in fiat and currencies, cryptocurrencies, we can easily convert that value in terms of any products. We can do it. And supply of that particular thing will be moderate. Gold will be very moderate. And fiat currency, based on the government policy, they can print it and they can reproduce. And for cryptocurrency, it is very high. We can frequently we can supply on that based on the demand. The souvenir of gold and fiat will be agreed with the government issued and government, and it will be accepted. But still, some of the products or resources will not be fully governed or fully controlled by the government for their issues. But it somewhat moderate they are handling. So that's why gold will be very low, but fiat will be high. Likewise, the cryptocurrencies is also we may not able to govern that in terms of under a circle or under a particular regions. Then the decentralizations of currencies is very high in cryptocurrencies, whereas in gold and fiat will be very low, because we may not uh, differentiate the values then and there as you like how their fluctuations take place in the market. So we may not do that, but whereas in cryptocurrency we can do it. Whether it is a smartable or programmable one, often the cryptocurrency is the high terms of thing. So comparatively from this chart, we can know that the cryptocurrencies have the highest characterizations rather what the gold and fiat currencies have. Okay, so now we are getting to the topic that what is cryptocurrency. So already many of the companies were issued their own currencies. So you might come across these kind of words like coupons, rewards, then membership cards and points that you are rewarded for your purchase, and everything from your local market or in your local market itself, like your Reliance Smart, DMart. So when you are going for a purchase, you are being enrolled as a membership, and that membership holds rewards like their own coupons, their own values. Maybe the 100 points is equivalent to 500 rupees, or 100 points will be equivalent to the 1000 rupees. Likewise, they have their own tokens, and they have their own trade. And obviously they might exchange the real currency for the particular rewards and everything. Maybe you might be come across with the GPay or PhonePe or any other online payment. You might be get some rewards. Maybe sometimes you get a coupon to go for a film or a movie, or sometimes you may get the coupon for getting purchase of food or ordering foods and everything. Have the limitation of upper limit and lower limit. So likewise, if you have most of the companies or most of the applications that you have today, these kind of coupons will be available. So all those things will be considered as a cryptocurrencies. So without any sort of physical paper or a coin, they are having the value of the points. Okay, so here another thing is more than 6,700 different cryptocurrencies are already in public. So it is based on coin market cap. It will be the one of the authorized cryptocurrency analysis market that we have it as in this report on. Another thing, on 10th October 2021, 1 week before, we have another value that how the cryptocurrencies may be. So 1.6 trillion according to the analysis that taken by the coin market. So I was listening the yesterday's news in Dinatandi. So in that news, one of the key point that the cryptocurrencies market in India, India is the number one in the world using the cryptocurrency. So obviously, 10 second position, but yesterday we reached the first position. People mostly are likely to use the cryptocurrencies for our trading. So these are the benefits. It's the transparency of value, and it was a permanent ledger. No one can destroy, no one can change that values or anything. And also it was been very accurate on tracking that your currency having value and where it was, and it's stored in your account and everything. and also it reduce the cost that for printing and for safeguarding those currencies in real time manner. And obviously you might be know the cons of that. So first thing is it have the complex technology. Still most of them may not able to understand that what is cryptocurrencies and how it will be processed and how it have the value. So still they have a lot of confusion. So we included and incorporate a lot of technologies into it, like blockchain. If you want to know about the cryptocurrency, you need to know about the blockchain. If you want to know about the blockchain, you need to know about the revolution of the AI. If you want to know about the artificial intelligence, you need to know about the robot and everything you need required to go to know what is cryptocurrency. So that's why it have the complex technologies issues. Then the second one is regulatory implications. So none other than the government can give the regularity for any sort of things, whether it might be a bond or share, or it might be a currency, or it might be any sort of papers or policies. It should be regulated by the government. So still most of the government may not able to know the complex technology that behind the, that way the regularity also still awaiting. In India, so recently Nirmala Sitharaman said that we are focused to do, or we are planning to insert the cryptocurrency in terms of an asset. If a particular person have 1 billion Bitcoin, then that will be considered as an asset, like not an as a liability. So they need to pay the tax for the particular asset. If they are depressed or whether they have the profit or anything else, that depends upon the people, but they need to pay as an asset tax for the particular cryptocurrency values. So it is a maybe next monsoon meeting we might receive the clear picturization about the cryptocurrencies in India. Maybe it will be nice to us. And implementation challenges. Obviously, to create an account, what is the basic requirements to create an account? There is no validation, there is no authorization or creating an account. Anyone can people, whether they born with silver spoon or are born with plastic spoon, they can create their cryptocurrency account. They can go and purchase if they have a money. If they have a fiat money, they can convert and they can use. They can do whatever that they need, require their need. And competing platforms. Obviously, whatever the application might resolve some issues, but still we have a lot of competent platforms. So once you go with any platform, like what you come across with the online payment like Visa, MasterCard, or any RuPay or BillDesk, like that, we have a competent platforms will be available day to day. So every day they introduce a new thing and new features with the different softwares and different packages with new applications. So we have a plenty of competing applications. These are the major factor that still we are not supposed to have in a common way. We cannot able to use the cryptocurrencies in a common way, because we have only the knowledgeable person, or only those who have a basic of economic factors, then they can easily grasp and adapt that particular technology and do it. So these are the top currencies. So it was an latest one, October 10th 2021. It was the latest value, that how the market capital of a particular coin and ranked with Bitcoin is the first and Ethereum is the second. Like it followed on Dogecoin. The Dogecoin will be the one of the most wanted one in India. So everyone were invested. It will be looks pretty good from last 1 month. It was in 170th position to the 10th position within a month. So it gradually it was overcome within this pandemic days. So almost the capital of trillion, and not in like billion. The BTC have a trillion, Ethereum has a trillion. So mostly market capital of the particular cryptocurrency will be trillion basis. So a little bit uh, thing that we need to keep in mind, that whatever we have studied earlier in the slides, so what will be the technology, how it will be used, and where it will be used, and in which way it will be used. So all sort of things will be pretty good on learning cryptocurrencies, but still hesitation on the capital, the market capital that holds on particular cryptocurrencies, whereas lot in and fake currencies. So without knowing the inventor, without knowing the who is the authorized person, it holds the huge market capital. But whereas the Indian currencies lies on, for if it will be compared with the euros, it will be based on 64 rupees for a single coin, single rupee. So likewise, 148. Like we have a in terms of hundreds or 200s only, whereas in a cryptocurrency it will be in trillion wise. So what would be the cost of the single coin in a Bitcoin? $4,771.58, not in rupee. The cost of a single coin will be $54,771.58, hardly 40 lakhs in Indian rupee for a single coin. Whereas when it was started before 2 years back, it was just 0.01, hardly the 100 rupees or 200 rupees as per the Indian currencies rate. So this is the fluctuations that how it will be changed and how it will be ruled over on purchase of different values. So as per 11/10/2021, the Bitcoin holds 45.35% of the cryptocurrencies, Ethereum 17.63%, and followed with Binance and some other coins like Dogecoins and everything. Hardly the 100% of the Bitcoin cryptocurrencies in the world. So this is what the global capital market, that how the 1 year returns will be placed. We are in the third position as far as concern of statistical way of global market. But yesterday's news, it will be revised in the first position, that we hold a major capital in cryptocurrencies in the world. While we spoke about the world, we are the first Indian people, or Indian market will be the first market holds major capital of the cryptocurrency. So some of the types of cryptocurrencies wallet, one is online wallet or paper wallet like bonds or documents, and mobile wallet. You can make use of your applications, mobile application you can store and everything. And you can also have an online account like your Gmail, your Yahoo, like that. You can make use of desktop wallet, and also some hardware wallet like your thumb drive, like that. You can make use of that and you can store and you can do it. So I don't want to explain all those things in deep, because we need to move on a lot of things in cryptocurrencies. So how to choose your right cryptocurrencies wallet for your business? So based on your business, whether you are going for an online sort of business, or you are working at your home, or you are very cognitive way you are going and you are doing your business from various areas and various products, then based on that you can choose your wallet also. If it is might be, if you are very secure with your mobile, you can go with your mobile wallet. If you are very secure with your laptop, you can go with online or any sort of this. If you are not secure with your mobile or in your laptop or everything, you can, it's better you go for hardware wallet like thumb drive. Once the thumb drive is inserted, we can access your account, or else you may not going for an access of your account. So these are the brokerage available. It will be net wallet reviews. Based on that, we have a common brokerage. We can convert your Indian rupee in terms of cryptocurrencies. First one, Binance and Coinbase and eToro and Sophie. Sophie will be the one of the major thing for Bitcoin and Ethereum, because it was actively we can be able to invest, like how the Nifty and other things will be traded between the market, different commodity markets and everything. Okay, so now we come to the point that whether it is safe for doing cryptocurrencies. So obviously the history is told a lot of hijacks and taking off drop out the currencies across values. So we come across with the Bitcoin itself. So many times it was drawn through the help of the technology or through the help of the softwares. It was hacked. Major thing, once if your account was hacked, the entire currency will be stolen and it will be hide over from your account. So it was happened from the 2011 to the 2020. It will be a great loss of many peoples, maybe near about 32 million or 70 million in 2020. 70 million peoples are lost their amount due to the lack of the security. So it's all depends upon their not by the system what their cryptocurrencies do, because their system is very secure. It was very well authorized and well connected between the people and everything, but unless until your privacy or your private key will be shared among your friends or your family or your colleagues. So that's a point here. The drop of all sort of failures will be come across in the timeline that what I gave in this slide. That cryptojacking, in which way we can stop, or in which way we protect ourselves. Our wallet has to be, we could not go for an empty, so it will not be hijacked by any other people. So the first thing, you need to install an add-on blocking or an anti-crypto mining extension web browsers, like what we are doing in a common way. Your Chrome or your Firefox, your Internet Explorer, not like that. You need to know you have your own platform. So you need to ad blocking. So need not having any sort of ads in between your process. So if your cryptocurrency account holds any ads, as soon as possible, you might be having the possibility to hack on your account. So that's why you need to block all the ads, and also anti-crypto mining, like your localized log files will not be shared among your uh, service providers or your website, your keep in mind on it. Then you need to have the endpoint protection, like antiviruses or any sort of security essentials that you need on your devices. On your device, it's not for the server or not for the service provider. It purely for your device, your mobile phone or your laptop or your desktop. It should be very clean and very protective way. It will be having the connections or network. Then you need to filter your tools that up to date, whether your tool is up to date, your security essentials will be up to date, your antivirus will be up to date. So you must be thoroughly check whether you have the softwares or your application will be updated oftenly or in an update manner. Browser extensions, don't install all sort of facilities or features that told by the browsers the company provides to you for having such sort of thing like add-ons or plugins like that. So don't do or add any sort of extension instead, unless until you might know that it will not affect any sort of cryptojacking. Maybe for mobile device management, you have a better solutions like user devices or control. A separate user can also you make use of in your mobile phones for particular cryptocurrency. And how to detect whether you are jacked or whether you are already hacked by someone else on your account. So it is very clear that if your help desk to look for signs of any crypto mining, anyone is automatically say that hi with your followed with your name, or hi followed with your nickname or login name, like that, already your half of the details might be copied from your device to. So whenever the pop-up like hi with followed with your name, or may I help you for the particular reason, so any pop-ups received from your browser or received from your application with direct contact, already you might be jacked with some person. So you might be very aware of that. Once you get a pop-up like that, a personal message or an offers or giving some sort of coupons, don't click or don't choose any sort of pop-ups as you like. Just log out and clear the cookies. Then after restarting your mobile, then you can go for login of your crypto account. Okay, so if you have failed to do that, definitely you will be jacked. Then deploy network monitoring solutions like your speed, and some might be install some sort of softwares like to reduce the band rate, to save the bandwidth, or to save the datations. So don't do like that. So such sort of softwares will be easily shared your information or basic information you store in your devices. Then monitor your own websites, whether any sort of scripts were deployed or any scripts will be added in your websites and so on. And stay abreast of crypto jacking trends. In which way it will be like sending pop-ups, sending messages, giving offers, giving a discounts, like, so these kind of way they catch hold of you um, uh, to to hijack the entire account, not only you. So whatever the banking process you might be took place within your devices, everything will be jacked for the particular crypto jacking attack, like sending a script or sending messages or sending pop-ups. So don't allow the pop-ups to store the cookies or store any sort of scripts inside your device. So it was the first and foremost thing you need to keep in mind. Whatever the online tracking or online jacking will be taken up with a sort of pop-ups. So pop-ups are any message will be sent to your device. That device, once you click that link, or once you allowed to go a particular service to locate your files or store in your access your device, automatically your device will be jacked. So you might be very clear about according to that. Don't allow any sort of script copied inside your devices. That is very important. Then and there, update your browser extensions that you have in your device, not any other common thing. So maybe you might be come across this normal WhatsApp application, and also some other WhatsApp applications. Copycats will be available in your Play Store itself. So don't go for any sort of copycats that will be leads to very serious issues on your informations that you stored in your devices. So not only cryptocurrencies, in all sort of informations, your personal informations and your details that you have. Okay, so how to build your incredible cryptocurrency exchange platform? So this is the common way. So you need to create your account, then you need to have a wallet, and you need to manage the payment gateway, and you have to educator for playing role, that whether the robo play the roles or you are going to manually operate all those things. That has to be done. And you need to order a trade with the help of kernels, that what the real currencies have. Maybe if you are going with the Bitcoin, you need to go contact with the Bitcoin. If you are related with Ethereum, you can contact with Ethereum. So likewise, your trader must be very clear that where you are going to purchase and whom you are going to purchase. It will be directly contacted, no other interpersonal. So you transfer to another account, that another account will be go for a purchase. It will not reveal on any sort of cryptocurrencies. It's a purely peer-to-peer business, so person to person business. So one person, if you are a buyer, then you find a seller, you get directly from the seller, not from any media intermediators or any brokers. Okay, then trade friendly UA, like user interface. Here the step 6 is the user interface. The user interface must be your mobile application or any sort of online application. So we can choose a trade friendly, or which one is very easily to do your process in your mobile phone itself. Then the seventh one is listening a new cryptocurrencies. So whatever it was introduced, or whatever the latest statistical analysis described, what is the researchers predicted on cryptocurrencies for the month or for a year. So it should be frequently, you need to read and you can observe the market, that how it was influctuated and in which way it was reach the peak and where it will be, you can make a stop loss of anything, what it holds and everything. Then finally, admin panel way you can process everything with a solid private panel. So that will be only for you, that will be provided. You can hold all the informations in your cryptocurrencies. Currency trade will be work. Initially your fiat currency will be converted into cryptocurrency. Your cryptocurrency will be in terms of any BTCs or any exchange, you can convert it. That converted uh, cryptocurrency will be used for trading, and then you can purchase, you can sell. It will be all things will be stored in your wallet itself, cryptocurrency wallet. There, if you are required to in cash, or if you are required to down towards your currency, then you need to come conversion of you need to reach the brokerage to convert that currency in terms of your local currency. So this is what the process that take place on buying and selling of values that are product. So the person A, initially they have the fiat currency like dollars. With the money exchange, like how the money transfer and all sort of things will be done over on foreign currencies, it is also happening. Then it will be converted in terms of cryptocurrency that will be considered here as a Bitcoin. Then that Bitcoin will be considered as a person A. Similarly, for the person P, there will be the Bitcoin. Then they have to exchange that Bitcoin in terms of dollar. That dollar will be sent to the bank, then bank to the same person they can take. So this is the process took place in the transactions. Okay, so we come up with the cryptocurrency exchange in India, how it will be, in which way it will be. You might be very well observed that these are the exchange authority we have, like BSE and stock exchange, then international exchange, INX commodity, then metropolitan stock. So we have a lot of authorized trading centers, trading governing bodies will have in India. But whereas for cryptocurrency, still we don't have such a government thing. So in this way, from 2013 to 2020, we have a different announcement, different bans and different sort of arguments will be done in our Indian scenario regarding cryptocurrencies. Finally, in 2020 March, our Supreme Court declared to the RBI that you need not to ban cryptocurrencies. So it was the last order that we have it to make mobilize of cryptocurrency. It was done with ICAI law. So ICAI law will be a kind of cyber law. The cyber law will have their own credibility, that it have its own credibility. So the Indian RBI may not able to stop that or change that particular policy. So they they RBI banned the cryptocurrency in India, but the Supreme Court declined the ban that issued by the RBI in March 2020. So in India, we have a Coin DCX digital cryptocurrency exchange. It was an authorized one. Most of it was run by two Hyderabad people. So they are the authorized person to exchange our cryptocurrencies in terms of INR to cryptocurrencies. So they are the exchange. They hold their all sort of values and everything. So very recently, before the seasonal meet in Parliament, they might be acknowledged that we are planning. The RBI is planning to introduce the Indian cryptocurrencies like central banking digital currency. CBDC will be introducing the cryptocurrencies very soon. That will be named as Unicoin. So Unicoin will be the Indian coin. They are already designed and they are in form of development to get Indian cryptocurrencies market. So this is the way how it will be goes on the Indian traditions. Obviously, the world will run with one currency, and you will need on identifying chips like how your ATM cards and membership cards holds. and your driving license, your RC book, your course, all sort of things will be comes under the single chips. So it is also will be identified through the chips. That chip will be in order to take up a new form of identification and also the currencies too. So the life will be very easier, but when we will lose our sense of privacy. So if the code is jacked with any other people, definitely all sort of informations will be get through on it. Are you ready for your future currency? So you can ask your doubts and you can clarify yourself.